Hey there, happy day 1044 of What's She Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting my journey, stealing another little bit of coffee out of my thermos. Documenting my journey as I transition from the brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of business. One of my favorite things about the online world of business, I can wear my hair any way I want. I can wear whatever I want. I can do and say pretty much whatever I want because it's my thing. And that's part of why I always liked having my own business. I think it increases your ability and your confidence and your knowing that it's absolutely okay to be yourself and show up as who you uniquely and specially and who you really are, your true self. So I've always loved having my own business on the side. Now, does it mean I didn't put on masks for corporate America? Absolutely not. Totally did. Totally played the corporate game and did what was expected for the environment and the culture that I was a part of. Why? Because I chose to be a part of that. And so if I'm going to be a part of that, I'm going to play along with the rules and the guidelines and the games to a certain extent of that situation. But when we have our own businesses and we can do our own thing, we get to make those things up. We get to decide what the rules are for us. So I was thinking about other things today. I got to thinking about what do we celebrate? What do you celebrate? What do you celebrate in your life? What do you celebrate in your business? What do you allow yourself to absolutely positively enjoy and celebrate happening? Is it just holidays like everybody else, or do you have special days and special times and special things and milestones that you celebrate? And how do you do that? What ways do you do that? I think why this question popped up is I am not a very good celebrator. I'm also not a very good relaxer or take time off kind of person. I think I've worked my entire life from the time I was a little girl and had different experiences than other people, but I grew up thinking, feeling, and believing, although begrudgingly sometimes, that work and hard work is actually fun and rewarding. Being able to do something that you didn't think you could do, being able to accomplish something that's hard or challenging always gave me a greater sense of accomplishment than if things came easily to me. So what do we celebrate? I actually celebrate some strange things that other people don't celebrate. I celebrate my death day. I celebrate the day that I had a sudden cardiac arrest and almost didn't make it. Why? Because to me, that's as important, or maybe even more important, than my birthday, because I feel like I had a conscious choice and the ability to choose whether I was going to continue this life experience or not. And of course I chose to, and I'm very glad that I did. So I actually, in my own little way, celebrate every single day and every morning just the fact that I wake up and I can get out of bed. Even if I'm having an achy, arthritis-y, miserable day, guess what? It beats the alternative, right? I say, and I wondered why I was always attracted to the expression, every day above ground is a great day. I remember that was one of the first motivational speeches I had ever been to. I cannot remember who said it now. I can see his face, but I cannot for the life of me remember his name. That's how long ago it was. But for some reason, that stuck with me. And I remember carrying his card around for years because he had happiness and different things on the back of it that reminded me to think in the ways I wanted to think. And I didn't, back then realize that I had the ability to choose my beliefs, choose my feelings, choose my thoughts. And now, of course, I know that I can. So I celebrate every day just getting out of bed. I figure every day that I wake up and I get out of bed, that is the first challenge that I face every single day. For some people, it's a no-brainer. You wake up, you get out of bed, it's nothing. But for those of us that have had physical health challenges, and health challenges, especially arthritis and things as we get older, we know that getting out of bed is a big deal. Not setting that snooze on the alarm clock, it's a big deal to hear the alarm clock, you get out of bed, or you just automatically wake up at the same time every day and you get out of bed. So I celebrate little things like that every day. I celebrate, the big holidays with my family when appropriate and when we can, when it's not COVID. Although we did have a nice Thanksgiving, the kids and I. And I'm sure Christmas, we've got a few relatives coming, and I'm excited to see them from Florida. My nephew, who's deployed right now for the military, his wife and two beautiful children are coming up, which means my granddaughter will get to play with her cousins. It's just super exciting for me. I love when the kids get together. They've had not many opportunities to get together, but when they have, they always have a fantastic time. They have fun and play princesses and things, which is really fun to watch because it reminds me of being a little girl. So I celebrate that. As far as business milestones and things, celebrating, I always have goals and objectives set, but I am not very good at taking time out and actually celebrating those accomplishments, those goals. It's like, to me, it's just another Monday or another Tuesday, and it's like, okay, got that goal, check it off the list, what's next? And I'm always working ahead in my mind and in my planning, so sometimes I forget to celebrate those wins along the way. And so that, I think, is what I'm being reminded of today, is that in order to move forward and continue to get the things that I want, I need to actually remind myself to appreciate them. Now, I do practice gratitude every day, so I celebrate the little wins on a daily basis, but I don't do any extravagant celebratory things. Should I do more? Maybe. Maybe I'll go buy a new something, or buy a new shirt, or go buy a new pair of earrings or something. But for the most part, I just expect things of myself. I expect myself to continually improve and continually grow and continually figure things out for my life, to make my life better and the lives of the people around me. So curious, share in the comments below, what do you do to celebrate your, I guess mostly, not just life, I guess I know how to celebrate my life, but how do you celebrate your accomplishments? How do you celebrate the goals that you've set for yourself? I obviously need some work in that area, so I'd love some ideas. What else is going on today? Today, day 1044, obviously been doing this little snippet for a long time. Again, it's because it works for me. And we do everything, believe it or not, whether we admit it or not, because it works for us, right? If you would have told me a couple of years ago, 1044 days ago, that I was going to be doing a video every day for over 1,000 days, I would say you are stark raving mad and crazy, because I didn't even want to ever talk on video. And here it is, over 1,000 days just on this segment. Fun challenge today was about friends again, and making a friend, and how you reached out and how you were a good friend today. So if you got any of those, how you're being a good friend, share that in the comments below as well, because we all need to learn from one another and get ideas from one another. That's what makes life fun, is that we are all connected and we can all learn from one another. Even people that we think we don't like and that we don't get along with, guess what? We learn more about ourselves by interacting or by thinking about them, because it has us look at things about ourselves that we might not like or really love, and want to make changes in those areas. Generally, when we don't like someone, it's because they're showing us something about ourselves that we don't necessarily want to admit to or see. That's a hard one, right? It's like looking in the mirror and knowing, and sometimes the people that we end up coming across in our path are a mirror to show us, maybe if they're being super judgmental of us, maybe we're being judgmental of someone else or something else in our life experience, and we're not even seeing it or realizing it, yet they're there to be a mirror to show us that we are indeed behaving that way in another area or aspect of our life as well. So the Get Up and Go challenge today was all about our core values, and I've talked, actually last month I did a pretty big discussion on the 18th of November as part of No Nonsense November on core values and a process for how you can find your core values. If you've never thought about it, guess what? I don't think I thought about my core values until I was in probably my late 20s, early 30s. That's probably the first exposure I had to even knowing what core values were. But today was about core values, and we're just sharing one. What is just one of your core values? Share that in the comments. Maybe it's love, maybe it's freedom, maybe it's control, maybe it is knowledge, maybe it's giving, whatever it is. There's hundreds of possible core values that we can have, and maybe it's something different and special and unique that only you think is, or chances are there's millions and millions of people that have a similar core value, because there's billions of people on the planet and there's only hundreds of values and core values, or hundreds of names to core values. So talk about core values today and Get Up and Go challenge, day 7 today. Supersize Your Business was all about all that glistens is not gold, or all that glitters is not gold. Again, another idiom that is centuries old, made more popular in 1595 when, of course, William Shakespeare used it in one of his plays, one of his works. And whenever it seems like something from the 12th and 13th century is popular, and it kind of struggles along, and then William Shakespeare takes wind of it, takes hold of it, used it in something, and boom, it exploded and has become even more popular ever since. But that was in 1595. So here's an expression that's been with us for centuries, and usually it's used as a warning to say, hey, just because it's shiny and pretty and attractive doesn't mean it's genuine or valuable, right? So that was a pretty fun one today. Thus the gold shirt. I don't have that much gold. I've got a lot of silver and sequiny things, but not much gold, shiny stuff. So I put a little glitter on my eyelids just to shine things up a little bit. So we got fun challenge. We've got supersize your business. We've got get up and go challenge. Again, as part of the get up and go challenge this time, this 30-day fifth and final for 2020 get up and go challenge, I am working on a personal project as part of that to make sure that I get, excuse me, all the pieces in place to have that, the challenge summit ready to go early next year. That means there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of things I need to do for that. And if I don't do it ahead of time, I'll end up like my last summit where I have to do it all. I did it all myself and I did it all at the last minute and I was rushing, hurrying to put the pieces together. So I want to make sure this time I have more time to do and get the pieces all together. And I think I'm going to actually get help this time with the graphics and the actual physical putting together things so that I don't have typos. Given my vision restrictions and challenges, I need to actually bite the bullet and ask for help on this particular project or involve other people in it, which is always fun too. And there's always, whenever you do a summit, there's other people automatically involved because in my definition of a summit, it's interviewing people on a specific topic and getting and pulling their experience and their best information out of them about that particular topic. I did one on customers and how to get customers and things for women business owners in 2019, beginning of 2019. And I didn't do any in 2020. I just did challenges. So I think it's time to do another summit in 2021. And 2021, who knows what it's going to bring, but I don't know that it could be as crazy as this year. I guess it could be worse, but I like to think that things are continually improving and it won't be worse. So that is what I am working on. I would love to help you in any way, shape, or form that I can if you ask in the comments below. I like to be the person that helps you decide what next. What do you need to do next? What do you need to be working on right now? But what is the next thing you need to do? Not the next 100 things, but I'm learning that simplification and keeping things simple and following a framework for you and building a framework that works for you to create the results that you want is the best way to always know what to do next. It's why I think core values are so interesting and attractive. If we know what our core values are, we automatically have a built-in framework and a filter for whether something is or isn't for us. If you value money above all else, you will take advantage of all kinds of crazy, wild-eyed, cockamamie schemes to make money, despite the risk, despite the impact on your family, despite the impact on your health, despite anything. If you value your family above all else or love above all else, you'll make different choices and different decisions when surrounded continuously by infinite possibilities and opportunities, right? You'll make the choices that are in alignment with your family value, with your emphasis on love, or whatever it is for you. All right, have an awesome day. I'll be with you tomorrow for another update on what I'm doing as I transition from the brick and mortar world to the online world. Take care.